Hello and welcome to Couples and Crits.
Couples and Crits.
Crits. I am David Osborne. I was the DM for a little while, but we have been passed on to Ethan, so I'm going to let him take over for just a moment.
All right, yeah. Welcome back to the continuation of this one turned into a two-shot.
A two-shotter.
I guess you just get right back into it. What all do you remember collectively about how the first?
Before we do that, let's introduce ourselves collectively.
Oh, sure.
No, let's get right into it.
You guys heard me. I am David Osborne. You can find me at Osbornicus at pretty much every handle besides Facebook. And short and sweet. Now we are on to Kelsey.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm David's wife. If you've been listening at all, you know that. You can follow me at ShieldMaiden113 on Instagram, Discord, TikTok, and that's, I think, it.
I think so.
I think that's it. And I just got Discord, so I don't really even know what.
Yeah, we're still
Discord?
figuring that out.
I have one. No,
I didn't know you had one.
I just got it.
I am Allison Purrier, married to Ethan. We have a kid. I don't know if I've ever said that.
I'm pretty sure it's been brought up.
Maybe
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah, I think
we
you
talk
came
about
in
our
one
kids
time.
quite often.
Not our child. But
He's a
on
good kid.
TikTok, he's wild. On TikTok, I'm Allison Neverland, and I think that's what I am on Instagram too.
I think it is too, yeah.
But just
And I don't
Facebook is
have
Allison Prayer.
X or Twitter or whatever that.
I do. Allison Allie Converse on X. I looked it up the other day. I still have it. The first time I ever posted was when Michael Jackson died. that was the first post I had. And that's
Very, very important post.
yeah. That's it. That's it for me. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm Ethan, and trying to find or follow me on any form of social media will not change your lives in any way whatsoever.
He doesn't get on there. Ethiopia
Don't bother.
Purcell is his Instagram.
That is us as a crew. You can also follow us on Gold Mountain Games
Yes.
on all their handles and their website. So go check it out.
Gold
Check
Mountain
out their
Games.
drive-through RPG as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now I guess just to get into it, what do you
Yes.
all remember about what happened in our first session?
I remember finding a door in the woods and walking by it.
I'm not sure anybody fought a door, but
Finding it.
Oh,
finding
a door. I think I said
Sorry.
fighting.
I did not mean to say fighting. If
No,
I
we
did.
closed that on that situation.
No, I shut that door when that guy started running at me, in fact.
We are looking for an apple pie.
Yeah.
And Blanche made a perfect apple, or a perfect good, was it good berries?
Yes, using good berries. Yeah.
Good
See, I
berry
told
pie.
you it was using good berries and not just regular berries.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
So our newly formed adventuring crew of Blanche, Rory, and Lightbright accepted a quest posted at the Horse's Head of an attempt to retrieve a magically delicious apple pie from a bakery.
And we could have labeled yours magic.
Oh, don't worry. If we can't find this pie, I plan on doing
But
that
it's
anyway.
not
Trying
apple.
to pass one of
But
hers
it's
off.
not apple.
We're at an apple farm. We can get apples.
Well,
That's true.
let's go pick some apples up.
I'm making
Last
damn fine
resort.
apple pie.
I know you do. I know you do, Blanche. I know you do. So, let's go.
Let's,
Sorry, I didn't mean
let's
to
go
interrupt
in here and see what
I didn't
they
mean-
got.
Interrupt.
No, you're all right. But yes, y'all went on the road, and you did, as you said, find that door. That one of you opened up to see what looked like wounded hobgoblin inside, who acted quite aggressively towards you while he was hanging out in this type of void dimension.
Because Rory looked behind the door and there was no door once you look behind it.
As soon as y'all shut the door, and once you pass the threshold, go behind it, the door disappeared from your vision. You spend the rest of the day traveling until you made it to this little way stop on your way to the orchard, where you found this little shopkeeper named Oland, who you all dealt with, and
Hold on, wanted him a piece of blanche.
yes, he was
Oland
quite
was
a smitten.
fiending for blanche.
Yep.
I'm here for
It's
it.
the pie.
It's the pie. No, it's your body. Your turtle.
My turtle.
Turtle body.
Turtle skin.
Turtle
It's
shell.
the curves of that shell.
Yep.
The shell curve.
He's been alone for a while.
The shell curves. That's funny.
So you all did a little bit of trading with him, and he offered you a safe place to stay the night, which you all accepted. And yeah, as you mentioned, you made up a pie for everybody with some ingredients that you had foraged on the road. You rolled a nat 20 on and made this fantastic pie for everybody. The best pie that anybody had ever tasted. Oland warned you for the first time, or informed you also, that the bakery you were heading to has been abandoned for quite some time and is believed to be overrun with goblins at the moment.
That was the first time we heard about that.
So after a restful night, you got back onto the road and made it to the orchard and bakery. You all had made some stealth checks to sneak nearer. You discovered some goblin tracks a mile or so away from the orchard and started sneaking in towards. And I will reread the description we ended on and go right back into it.
All right.
As you all approach the large stone building, the road turns into a gravel path surrounded by an overgrown lawn, leading towards a large set of wooden double doors, which we see here. The fragrance of ripening apples is thick in the air from the old apple orchard in the back. There is one massive apple tree near the path to the front doors. As the wind whistles through the long grasses, you notice that the bark of the tree looks almost like an ancient, wizened face.
I remember that now. Okay.
Okay. How far away did you say we were from the tree at the moment?
You're probably like 30 or 40 yards of like
Okay,
lawn
so a little distance
between
from
your little hidey
Okay.
place.
I would like to roll a nature check. Being a druid, have I ever heard of any trees that have faces on them that can speak or anything?
You can roll a nature
Okay.
check on that, sure.
13.
Can I
13.
do one since I'm proficient in nature?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have no help whatsoever. 3. That was a 3, guys.
Wouldn't you give him an advantage instead?
Well, she could.
I could.
Yeah.
You
But-
could re-roll it if you would want.
She already rolled.
Oh, that's all right. With a 13, you would know. You'd be familiar with what rumors. Like all druids have heard stories about tree ants that roam the forest. These massive, like living trees that are capable of speech and movement. They're kind of like legends of the forest.
Okay. Would I know if they're typically good or evil?
With a 13,
Not quite sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that may be a talking tree up there,
How do you
next to
know?
the building. I've heard rumors of these tree-like beings. I think they're called treants. I don't know much about them, but we may be able to get a little information, or who knows.
Can I see if I know anything about treants?
I mean, we already had 2 rolls.
Oh.
Like nature. I guess now you can do a history check.
Okay.
Since
I mean, when he
now
said
you
that,
know
it,
what-
like
sure.
I didn't know what he was talking about at first. History, you said?
Yeah.
8. An 8.
An 8. I would say like similar to Rory.
I rolled
like,
a 6.
you know,
No, like 8.
you've heard legends about these things, but you have no reason to believe that they were more than just stories.
And I look at him and I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about good.
Besides the tree, do we see any activity for Kit?
Make a perception check, please.
I'm not using that one dice.
No,
That's
I'm not
crazy.
putting- Well, that's a hazard.
16.
Our phones are hazards.
At 16, you don't notice any other activity.
Okay.
All right. You guys want to go try and talk to it? Or...
Well, we can wander up there and see when we get a little closer if it seems to be a nice
Or-
tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
Well, and
let's
so
get to
we're gonna
moving.
head up to the slowly advance towards
Yes.
the tree with caution.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll sneakily.
I mean, hard to stealth. This is kind of just an open
Well,
lawn.
we'll slowly.
But sure, you all are not. You're not charging.
Right.
towards-
We're
yeah,
kinda
it's not like
slowly
we're
walking
running up
towards
to the
it.
tree. It's like I just want to take it in.
Sure. As you all get closer, you can see more details on the building itself, and you can start to see that it's like somewhat dilapidated and clearly it's like not been taken care of recently. But the tree itself, as you get closer, you can notice that all of the branches and leaves of the whole tree kind of have this in and out, almost like breathing quality as the branches rise and slowly fall in a slow and steady rhythm. And you get closer, and the details on what seemed like a face get even more clear and like humanoid, in fact. And it looks as if what would be the eyes are closed, and this tree is just not changing or reacting at all.
Excuse me, Mr. Barkey.
You see as almost like a shutter moves through the entire tree from the bottom all the way to the top as branches and leaves start rustling, and even a few apples fall loose and drop to the ground, thudding around you. And these large, ancient, barky eyes open up and start looking around. What's this now? Who disturbs me?
My name's Rory. That there turtle, Miss Turtle, she's Blanche, and I believe that there tall dragon. What'd you call yourself? Light bright.
Yeah, light bright. Light bright. I'm light bright.
We came looking for a pie and heard there may be goblins here. Just wondering if you may have seen any recently.
I see many creatures in my orchard, including these goblins. But there have been no pies made here for many moons.
Well, and outside of character, I look around and I want to see how ripe those apples are that just fell out of him.
Yeah, they look to be,
Pretty ripe.
yeah.
Look over at Miss Blanche.
Would you
want to
be-
make a pie?
Would you be interested in us making some pies? Would you want a pie, Sir Tree? Barky? What's your name?
My name is Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp. Hey, Honeycrisp, do you want us to make you a pie?
I care not for pie.
You can't eat pie?
I care only for my children.
Where's your children?
You can see them behind me there.
Those are all your children?
Everyone.
How do you feed them?
They feed from the nutrients of the earth,
Okay.
child.
So you don't eat pie. The dragon is figuring it out.
Would you be okay with us using some of your children's fruit to make a pie?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. I want to do this at advantage, so I'm going to
Can-
use my inspiration.
Well, can I give him?
He gave us all inspiration last session, so I'm going to use the one that he gave us to roll at advantage.
Oh, okay.
For what?
we
this
could just
persuasion check.
give you an advantage instead of you wasting your inspiration. Because I would like to do the same thing. So
If Ian's okay with that.
If somebody wants to chime in and add,
yeah, I would love.
how are you helping in this?
Yes. What do you choose to say to help?
Yeah, if you're wanting to take some apples, I'm gonna ask Honeycrisp. Would you mind if we took some of the apples that are on the ground to make some pies?
So, yeah, you may roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, here we go. Okay, not terrible. 17.
Mm. It would be nice to see my children's fruits used once again for something other than to rot and fertilize. Yes, you have my blessing.
As many apples as we want?
Do not harm my children, and you may take what you wish.
Cool. I want to take as many apples as I can from the ground.
Only like 2 or 3 fell around
From
you,
him?
and yeah, and
But
the
what
orchard,
about-
the
I could see
orchard is
those
around
being some
back.
special apples.
But
though,
what
so
about
it's-
other ones?
Well, you haven't been back there. The orchard is on. You all are currently
Yes.
on this
Yeah.
side of
His
the.
children
They're
are
right here.
behind.
Yeah, and the orchard itself is on the other side
Well,
of the bakery.
okay. So you
Are
take
there
those
any
apples.
windows?
Okay, I'll collect you said 3 that was up here? 3 tree apples?
Yeah, actually, let me roll.
Okay.
Or yeah, there's 3.
Thank you, Honeycrisp. My name is Light Bright. If you ever future endeavors lead you to knowing my name.
You see, he's already kind of like settling back down into a slumber, and
Sleep well, Mr. Barky.
Okay.
Are there any windows in the front?
but there are no windows that you've seen in this
Okay.
building.
How tall is the building?
It's a 1-story building with like an angled like roof and a thatched roof.
Okay. Said angle. I would like to attempt to run and jump up and get on top of the roof so I can have better visual.
All right. It is a stone building.
How tall is it?
Like stone and mortar, 1 story. So even just to get up to the like eaves, we're talking about like a 10-foot or a little bit more climb, and then getting
Okay.
around. So
Just climb on my back. I'm 7 foot. Climb on my back. You can stand on my shoulders, and
I
just,
will do just such.
And then I'll just-
all right.
and then I'll
I'm up
Okay.
the
So
Dragonborn.
And then I just jump, and then you can grab the ledge.
all right. In that case, the DC just got considerably easier.
Okay.
But
What
go
are-
ahead and make an athletics check, and I guess you can do it with
Athletics?
advantage since it's 2 of you.
Okay. Okay.
You're being
17.
17.
Good thing advantage because I rolled a nat 1 on the other one.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you all execute like a nearly perfect light bright. You stand near the base of the house, like your legs bent and your fingers like locked together
Yeah.
in front of you as Rory just like comes running up and plants his foot in your hands, and you are able to like shove jump him right up onto the roof.
Cool. I was imagining him just climbing on my shoulders, and then me just half jumping, and then him grabbing the banister.
So just all your athleticism.
Yeah, it was just from me, not anything from him, but that's fine. As long as it worked, I'm here for it.
Since I'm up here, guys, you want me to go look at that forest? That way we ain't got to get super close. See maybe if there's some critters over there.
Yeah, I just want to get in here and see if I can find this recipe because no one's here to make this pie.
Okay, so you guys want to go inside and look at the recipe, and I'll try and get a visual and meet you inside?
Well, you said there was some goblins around here. What if there's goblins inside? Do you not want to be down here with us?
That's a good point. I'll lean you said it's a thatched roof?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to lean my ear down against the thatched roof and see if maybe I can hear any movement inside the building.
Okay, you can make a you can make a perception check.
Okay. Let's change up the dice. That one hadn't been rolling too great. 17.
I'm gonna count that.
Roll. Dice down.
You hear what like a sound that's kind of what you perceive to be coming from surprisingly close to you.
Okay, I don't say anything. I walk back over to the edge of the roof and lean down towards them and be like, I think there's one up in the attic of this building. Oh, forgot about the mic. I think there's one up in the attic of this building.
Well, that just makes me think there's probably more inside.
Well, you all want to go have a little fun? Then we can get the apples.
Sure.
Well, I think the recipe is going to be in here anyway.
Yeah, we
Good
have to
point,
go
Blanche.
in.
Good point.
We have to
Yeah.
go in anyway.
Okay. So,
All right, so
you want to go in through the front or see if there's a back door? We have to take a little potty break.
it's okay. On the back of my
Okay, we're picking back up after the potty break.
yeah, let's go on in here and get this recipe. And if there's no one else to make it, I'll make it if we got the stuff to make it.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Actually, you made a really good pie last night. So I did hear something. I think we should probably go find a different entrance, though. See if maybe there's one around back because it seemed really close to the front up here.
All right,
All right.
you gonna go on the roof?
Actually, hey, light bright, catch! And I run off and jump and cannonball.
I'm like, catch what? And I'm
It's
like,
me, I'm
flail
flying at you.
my arms, like, okay. And I'm waiting for something.
For an athletics check.
You gotta
Okay.
try and catch me.
Which one am I gonna use? I'll use this one.
You're a halfling. You're a gnome halfling. Rory?
Yeah.
Okay.
13.
A 13. Yeah, it's not graceful, but you managed to catch him.
Got it.
Then you kind of stumble back and you're gonna
Thank you for catching me. I'm glad I didn't have to turn into a cat.
I have a -1.
While this is going on, you just see Blanche just walking away. Just already had
Those damn kids.
damn kids. Use of
That was
No, I'm
fun.
not
Let's do it
using-
again.
I'm not using it, I swear.
come on, we got stuff to do.
All right. And sorry, I was trying to look at something. Cantaloupe's on my papers.
Okay, so we're all back on the ground and we're making our way around the bakery. What's
Yeah,
the
why did I
plan?
catch you?
Because I didn't want to be
Yeah.
on top of the roof.
Oh, you jumped down.
We're
Yes, I
gonna-
jumped down. I'm
We're
on the
gonna go
floor with
around
you guys
too
now.
and see if there's a back entrance.
Yes, let's head around back.
Okay.
Let's see, which direction do you guys want to go?
I was gonna thinking.
We are looking at a map on our screen. So
I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say if someone take a picture
Yeah.
so that we can post it.
Move that bottle.
Oh, yes, our cleaning spray. Okay.
So yeah, I think we should go around this direction and go to the back and see
Okay.
if there's another way in.
Okay. What
Yeah.
marching order do you guys want to go in? Who wants to take?
Well,
the lead?
I'm going first because I'm ahead of you guys while you guys are doing
Okay,
acrobatics.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that is
Okay.
fair. You all are playing catch
Okay,
up.
so as she's going that way, we try to follow.
Yeah, you all make your way around the building. You don't see many windows. It seems to be a solid stone structure.
Okay.
You do eventually come across another door. Whereas the front entrance was like a set of like double doors with knobs that would open kind of saloon style. This set of doors around the back is kind of more of a barn style, like sliding type door
Okay.
to make a much larger entrance.
I bet that's where they have all the supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, yeah. Loading and unloading with that barn door there.
Well,
Um,
let's see.
you want to
Anyone
see
want
if
to check
it's
the door?
unlocked? Yeah. I can go up and check see if it's unlocked. If one of y'all want to keep an eye out.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out on you, Sugar.
All right. Thank you, Miss Blanche.
And I will try and quietly walk up to the door. And
All right, everybody make stealth checks first.
stealth. Okay.
19.
16.
Nice. Let's see if Light Right brings the group
Oh.
down.
Eh, 18.
Hey,
Okay.
very stealthy bunch.
I'm having trouble today.
You make your way up to the sliding door and give it a little bit of a push, and it does start to move.
Okay. I don't want it to open far, but I want to peek my head in the gap and see if I can see any movement inside. Like just kind of peek my head around the corner and kind of look through the gap as it's starting to open.
It looks to be like a small, like an enclosed room, and you don't see anything
Okay.
moving inside from this little peak.
I'll turn my head back to them.
It looks like supplies or something here, but I don't see any people or anything. Looks enclosed.
So Blanche just get out of the way and just starts heading in.
All right. And I just,
Okay, Miss Turtle.
I'm too old to be waiting around. Let's get this going.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you push past and open up the door. The sliding wooden door opens into a room filled with bare stone floors and plain walls. An empty wagon stands abandoned in the room, gathering dust. You can see within the bakery packing and shipping pallets that stand ready to be loaded onto the wagon. Other than that, it's a fairly unadorned room. Just some crates and not even really supplies, just like shipping materials.
is the way we came in the only other way out of the room?
There is a door, a closed, like single door
Okay.
leading inside. Yes.
By what that
To
tree
be-
said,
right there.
Okay.
by what that tree said, they haven't delivered in a while.
Yeah, so they may not know about anything coming in this room. This may be a good way into the regular building.
Mm-hmm.
Would everybody make a perception check, please?
Okay.
9.
4.
Wow.
16.
16. Light Bright, you notice as everybody is kind of going into this room and taking a look around, as you are surveying the area, you see moving through the trees in the orchard a pair of goblins seemingly on patrol, but they seem to be oblivious to
Us.
your group. Yes, as they just move along a perimeter in the orchard.
Okay, I want to tell my companions. So there is goblins. I just saw them
How many?
outside.
How
A
many?
couple.
Just a couple of them?
So if we attack whatever's in here first, they'll get reinforcements. Should we take care of whatever's outside and then come take care of these?
I think we should go surprise them since I know where they
Hi.
are.
How are they going to know
Well, fighting
if they're
makes
in here?
noise.
There's no windows.
Actually, that's a good point.
I just
Miss
saw them
Blanche.
though.
Okay, just
No,
don't
what I'm
start a
saying
fire.
is if there's goblins in this bakery, we may as well take them out first because if they hear commotion outside, they're going to come out and help them.
I don't think we should go outside. I think we should stay where we are.
Yeah, we need to go in.
Okay. Well, then while we're doing that, I will keep an eye on doors for others coming in since we know there are others outside.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to come over to this door and check to see if it'll open?
Yeah, you are able
Hold
to.
on. Before
turn
you
them
open
off.
that, maybe we should try and tie this door closed here, so at least we know they can't come in this way.
Or barricade it. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, we can do that.
So I'll take some rope out of my explorer's pack and try and tie that door closed in some way. Is there a latch or something?
Let's.
Or is there something to wedge the door handle?
We don't want to make too much noise in here because if we do, that'll alert what's outside.
I mean, wedging a chair underneath
Yeah,
the door handle.
there's no
isn't
doubt.
very
Yeah,
loud.
both sides of the sliding door have handles to aid in the moving it back and forth.
Okay, so I'd like to try and tie one of the handles in place with something over here. That way, if it tries to move that direction at least, it won't be able to slide open that way.
So let's call that a. Let's make a dexterity check
Okay.
for your knot tying, and that will end up being the DC to break this knot.
16. Yes.
All right.
14 plus 2.
Noted. You feel pretty good about, maybe you don't know any like formal knots or the like what it might be called,
At
but
least-
you know how to make a sturdy knot.
Makes my conscience feel a little better.
Can I find a chair and wedge it underneath the door handle too?
A chair. Let's see if
Or
there's.
some type of something.
Let's see if there's a chair. There are no chairs, just crates and wooden pallets.
Can I take a wooden pallet and stick it underneath there?
Go ahead and.
I would like to help her with that and
Well-
actually
well-
lift it off the ground.
Well, what I was going to say is go ahead and do the same. Make a dexterity check like he just did. Or in fact, maybe we can call this, since you're not tying, make this an intelligence check to see where to wedge. And if it ends up being higher than his 16, we'll adjust the DC for getting through this.
Okay. Oh.
You actually get a plus because you're proficient in intelligence.
10.
Yeah, I mean, you put it up there. It might be helping. It's at least something else.
I rolled really bad.
In
You
a
can
way.
trip over it. They're on their way in.
Yeah.
I get
Rory
proficiency
spends.
and intelligence and everything, but I rolled
Rory
bad.
spends a couple of minutes like finding the perfect places, like tying both ends of this knot and getting it all like really snug and secure. And then Lightright comes over with this wooden pallet and
And
just
leans it against.
sits down. All right.
I got it. Don't worry about
Yeah.
It's secured.
All right,
it. We're good.
all right, Miss Blanche, I
While
think
they're
we're
doing
good to
that,
go.
I want to lean into the door and see if I can hear anything.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
So 13.
You do not hear anything.
All right,
Let's
you
go.
ready? We don't know what's on the other side of this door, so just be prepared for who knows how many goblins.
I take my rolling pin and I whack it a few times. I'm always prepared, honey.
Blanche, stay behind me.
Oh, sugar.
Actually, Miss Turtle, can I ride on your show real quick?
Do I look like an amusement park ride?
Okay. It'd
Thank
be
you.
funny and confuse them.
I like that answer. I like that answer, ma'am.
So you start all funneling through this door. You come out onto the bakery floor. You take a look around and you don't see any goblins. Although that does not mean you don't see any
I look up.
activity. The bakery floor is a wide open space with high ceilings with exposed wooden beams, sound echoing throughout the room. 2 stone rooms stand to one side with heavy barred doors keeping them closed. Those are the stone rooms. Between them is a small glass cabinet with an even smaller mallet hanging on a chain. 6 long workbenches fill the center of the room, covered with pie tins, rolling pins, and other baking equipment. Some of the rolling pins are still rolling lazily back and forth, some enchantment keeping them in motion. Dulled knives chop at apples that haven't been there in years. On the other side are 6 massive ovens, their doors still opening periodically, as if remembering that they are supposed to. Tall chimneys rise from each oven to pierce the ceiling overhead. The whole area is a mess, not the work of a professional baker. It looks as if someone has tried and failed to teach themselves to bake pie.
What is this? Not what I was
a
expecting.
mess.
Yeah, it sure is.
Rory, you said you would like to look up.
Yes.
Would you like to make a perception check, please? In fact, everybody can
Sure
if you would
would.
like.
Because I remember that's where the sound came from, at least. You said perception?
Yes.
Five.
Only a 14.
21.
Oh.
Ooh,
21.
look
Hey,
at
light
That's
bright.
good.
That was a good one.
As you all are looking around, you do like catch just the faintest glimpse of like a green goblin-y hand that is you can see kind of poking out around one of these large wooden rafters above you.
A goblin hand. Can I pull my light crossbow and just shoot the hand?
It would certainly be difficult, but you may try. There's going to be you're going to be making an attack at a creature that I'm going to give full cover, which is I believe +5 to AC.
You're going to give the hand full cover?
Well, you're not shooting a hand; you're shooting a creature.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
said a
barely
hand.
like you,
Yes, but mechanic-wise, that,
Mhm.
yeah.
You're trying to attack a creature with full cover. So, like I said, it's possible but difficult.
Yes.
as you pull it out.
Can I? No. I'm going to cast Magic Missile on the hand.
Oh,
Oh,
And I'm going to shoot it. Because we already know about the
Okay.
goblins.
okay.
And I'm
let's do
going to
this. It's
cast
going
it.
down.
I'm casting Magic Missile.
Popping a pot.
And it's
All right.
1d4, right?
yeah,
Hold on.
no need to roll
it's
there.
1d4 per
So-
missile, and first level is 3 missiles.
3 missiles. So.
She needs.
Oh, no, I got
Oh.
it. I got it.
You got it. You got it.
But before we do this, everybody, will you please place
Oh, yes.
yourselves?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Um,
when we came in,
I would say keep yourselves in this.
I would have
area,
probably
since you were
stopped
just
right
getting
about
in.
there.
Like,
And I would have been right behind.
Because
Just
I knew
this.
this. That's me.
or at least that. Keep yourselves to that half.
I knew the sound came from this direction, so that's the direction I would have headed.
Where's the hand?
Yeah, it is on near this side. The rafter is coming up
okay,
over
so
here.
Do you want to be a?
I'll be right
Over
beside
here by me?
Well, we'll all be
Okay.
right beside
Yeah,
each
I will be
Okay.
like
yeah, and you went in first, so okay.
That makes
Hell,
sense.
you saw it, so we'll say right there. And he's on that die because he is elevated.
other. Yep. I cast Magic Missile and I got an 8.
8 points of
8
damage.
points of damage.
Total.
Yeah.
Sure, you are able to cast this spell and your little missiles. Pew, pew, pew. Go and hit this thing, and this goblin just this corpse falls out of the raptors, and as it does so, 2 more goblins jump down from above, landing on the bakery floor, and should all roll initiative.
Ooh.
Oh, I got an at 20!
Nice.
Woo! That was a crit.
Nat 20!
Oh my god, that's so good. We just high-fived.
We did.
And I felt good with the 16.
Oh god, what do you have for your
What is it?
Dex
Dex?
bonus.
dex?
4.
Okay, well you go first. I have +1.
All right, so Blanche is going to start us off, and we're going to have Light Bright, and then Rory. You all.
At a lowly 16.
No, that's not
That's
really.
In comparison.
All right. Blanche, what would you like to do? These goblins that have just jumped down, they don't look like exactly hostile. They haven't drawn their weapons yet, but they have dropped down in front of you. What would you like to do?
Well, hello, sugar.
Mom.
Hold on.
Oh.
We gotta take a break. All right. Sorry
Oh my
about
gosh,
that. Had to
sorry.
take a kiddo break.
Yeah, we're at the top of the order with Blanche. You've got 1 goblin corpse on the ground that's fallen from the rafters, and 2 other goblins have come down. That looks more panicked than hostile.
Okay, so the one that's in front of us, I'm going to be like, Hello, sugar. How are you? We are looking for something. What is your name?
How am I? What? You killed Lugrat. Why would you do that?
I didn't do anything. That was Abs over here. Why'd you do that?
No answer.
He's a little hostile sometimes. I apologize. Who are you? What's going on?
Hold on. I might be able to save him.
And
Are you guys sure you want me to?
I look at them real quick.
You're the one that killed him.
Goblins aren't great.
Goblins aren't great.
I mean, I'm here for it. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Light Bright has a bloodlust.
My brain doesn't give a shit.
I'm just looking for a recipe, honey.
I don't know anything about a recipe.
Well, if you haven't noticed, this is a bakery.
Yeah, we've been trying to make these pies for weeks.
And there's no there's no recipe?
But I don't know what a recipe is.
Can you
The
read?
instructions, the how to do it, how to make the pie.
Paper with words.
Boss! They killed Lugrat! Boss!
All right. Sounds like
Yes,
it's
let
time.
me see your manager.
Yeah, let's see the manager.
So this door behind you all opens up, and a larger goblin, who's a little bit better dressed and somewhat nicer armor than these two that you've seen inside, comes out. But his weapons are not drawn. He comes stepping out of the room, looking around. All right, what's going on here?
Well, we're looking for a recipe for Granny's apple pie.
He comes out and starts walking out further. And there are...
While he's walking that way, I place myself between the group and them.
And three more goblins behind him start filing out of this room.
And I hop up on the table so I'm eye level.
Yeah, he's kind of like eyes you up and down, gives you like an approving nod a little bit. When you
And I'll
you
whip my
there.
head around and just glare with my piercing eyes.
He looks around, he sees his companion's corpse there on the floor, and he eyes all of you suspiciously. You all had better explain yourselves quick before we gut the lot of you.
Or I got you.
Well,
I already killed one of your companions.
first, we came from that pie. Then that little weasel over there decided to hide. So that seems like intent to me. So we can talk or we can fight.
Intent. You go breaking into buildings that are not your own.
It's not yours.
You start
It's not
killing
yours
people.
either.
This place is ours by right.
By right, what?
Abandoned was when we found it.
Okay,
Nobody here.
that doesn't make it yours.
I suppose it makes it yours then.
Then it doesn't. You don't have a claim over it. I can break in all I
So-
want. I can break in without consequence all I want. And I felt threatened by that thing in the rafters with his hands.
With his hands.
Yes, you don't like hands.
I don't give a shit.
Or he don't
Okay,
like hands.
boys. This isn't
So
A
we can
wiener
strike a deal,
measure.
Mr.
Yeah, a wiener schnitzel.
this isn't a waiter schnitzel around here. No.
We can strike us a deal, Mr.
We're
Goblin.
looking. So, and then I walk past
Rory.
Rory. I want to say Rudy every time. Rory, and I'm like, I'm just looking for a recipe so I can make this pie because somebody really wants a pie.
Of course, that's all we want. Those pies. They're so good. They're so delicious.
Okay, all
But
right.
then they ran out and there were no more pies, and we've tried everything to
Oh
make
my-
these stupid
I knew-
pies, and we just can't get it right.
I knew it. I knew this pie thing was a bunch of bullshit. I just had a feeling. I've heard of these things before where people get obsessed with something and these manufacturers make all these things and it's not real and they get people addicted to these things. And then they get obsessed and then they can't get them and they go crazy and they die.
What? All right, nobody here is dying because
Well, you're
we
going
can't.
crazy. You're on the verge of
What?
dying. So, do you want a pie? Because we can make pies. But you got to help us. Or,
They can't make pies.
or I'm going to kill more. I didn't mean to kill the guy. We can have a eulogy. I don't know. I don't know the guy. But I feel sorry for him. Anyway,
It
his
hasn't
hand
been
was
long.
out.
I might actually be able to save the sucker.
We could save him. Yeah, we could probably save him.
I turn around and use healing word.
Oh, healing word.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, no, it's definitely been
Has it been
longer
more
than
3 rounds?
well, all of this conversation. That's yeah.
Okay,
dude,
okay.
it's
Then if I
been-
knew it was too long, I wouldn't have done it.
How long has it been?
I mean, how long do you think this
It takes
conversation has
18
lasted?
seconds
Like,
in combat.
Couple?
Yeah.
we've been talking for longer than
Yeah.
Yeah.
I waited
he
too
would
long
have.
to
He
save
would
him.
have failed any death
Yeah.
saves. Like he's dead.
Sorry about it.
What is it about these pies that's so special that you guys are freaking out?
You ever had one?
No.
No.
I can't even begin to describe the experience. And you see his lip starts quivering a little bit, and his eyes are welling up with tears.
So I pull out a little bit of that pie that I had left over from last night, that Nat 20 Goodberry pie, and be like,
It may not be the same, but hopefully that'll hold you over.
Yeah, give him the pie. Give
Yep.
him that pie. See if it helps.
Okay, he loves.
Just a little bit of it.
He looks it over, but with a critical eye. Surely nothing could compare to what used to be made here in this bakery.
I don't know. This Miss Blanche here, she's a pretty good cook. You got to at least give it a shot.
It's a good pie. I literally cried when I ate it.
I used some special berries as the ingredients for her.
He tries a little bit of the pie, and he kind of like smacks around. This is delicious, I will admit, but it even does not compare to what used to be made here.
Wow.
There's something missing.
Magic.
Crack.
I feel like it's magic.
You're probably right, but those were made with magic berries.
More of a magic, not
There's-
just
maybe
berries.
there's-
What are those apples made of?
I got the
Whoa.
tree and apples.
What are y'all making these pies out of besides the apples? What else? What other ingredients do you
Yeah,
got?
like some cinnamon, a little syrup. I don't know what you using.
Well, I don't know. Just look around. We grab some of these things, we throw them together.
You don't even
Just
know
put
how
'em-
to make a pie? You just been fucking around?
Now, when you took over this building, was there any papers at all?
Papers, there's papers all over the place.
Can you read?
Did you just take over the building or did you pay for it or did you just walk in here?
Maybe I can read, and I just choose not to.
What the
So
fuck
that's
does
a
that
no.
mean?
That's a no, sir.
What's your name?
My name? My name is Gaz.
Gas?
Gaz.
With a Z.
Yes.
Gaz.
Pam,
Okay,
Pam,
okay.
Pam.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Well, now
I tell
guess.
you all what. If you all can help us figure out how to make one of these pies, prove to us that we can and teach us how, we'll let you all live and forgive you for killing our mate. over
sorry.
there.
I will let you live if you help us out. The thing is, I already killed one of your men, and I can kill you just as easy. Like, I don't need your fucking help. The thing is right now, we came in here, we need to know what's going on because we have the trees on our side.
No.
So you can either abide by what we're saying, or I don't
What's
know what
going
the hell
on
you're
here
going.
is you've just come into the place that we've called home and safety. The only safe
For how
place
long?
we've known for months.
Months, but you haven't done shit.
And what we
You haven't done shit, Daz. You haven't done shit. You can't even make pie. You don't even know how to read. So how are you gonna do anything at a pie place when you don't even know how to read?
there have been some complications in learning how to replicate
Okay, well,
the
if I
pies.
taught you how to read the word "the," could you fucking figure out how to make pies?
But the way I see it, we're here defending our home.
What home?
Hey guys, you want to learn how to read?
As I said, perhaps I know how to read and simply choose not to.
Okay.
But it would.
I reach up towards my head and grab my helm. Are you sure you want to lie to me at this moment?
Don't give him any indications of being smart. He's
No.
Dumb.
I got an idea.
As this is happening, can Blanche wander around? Didn't you say there was a glass case or a glass something?
With the little wood mallet.
Yes, between these two stone rooms here, there is
Can I
a small
wander
glass
around and
case
Look,
with a tiny little mallet on a chain next to it. And there appears to be two like vials, glass vials. There are 2 potions inside.
okay. Well, so
Make it a
this
deal.
this is still happening. I just was wandering around.
You hand me the papers that you may be able to read, and I will show you how to read those papers.
There's papers in here.
He points behind him from the room he came out of.
Well, papers all over the place in there.
And he points to the room kind of catty corner across the bakery floor.
You help yourselves. You find a way to make that pie, and
Hey, gas or
We can-
gas?
Why? Why do you want us to make your pie when you haven't even fucking figured it out? in
because
months?
clearly we can't, man.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when we do it for you?
Enjoy our pie
Mr.
and let you be
Gassy?
on your way.
No, unless you. No, this is a bunch of bullshit. We need.
Calm down. Dragons are always so damn hot-headed. Hey, gas.
And clearly, all
What are
of
these
you.
things in this case? Why haven't y'all checked this out? Y'all trashed this whole place, and there's 2 things in here, and nobody's even messed with them.
No need for any of that fancy garbage.
Well, how do you know? I made an amazing pie, and you said, it's
Fancy
all right.
bottles
It's
and-
missing something, maybe a little sprinkle of that.
So I'm just going to take my rolling pin,
Sure.
and I'm going to whack the glass.
Yeah, the small glass case, it shatters.
Okay, and I'm going to take those out, and I'm going to examine them. Would I know anything?
Make a Arcana check or
Okay, I'm
investigation. You do one or the other.
All right, I'm proficient. That's 18.
They're very clearly 2 healing potions.
Okay,
Ah, okay.
so
Well, at this moment, we have been given free reign to check our surroundings.
Mr. Gas, what is it about the pie? Is it the way you make it you feel when you eat the pie, or is it just really good?
I mean, I would expect someone capable of making a pie like you just showed me would know. It's not just the taste and that makes any food special now, is it?
No, but I was wondering if the distinct difference between my amazing pie, obviously, and this pie, what is the difference? Because I know I make a good pie.
You all keep asking me questions like I know how to make one of these damn pies, and I don't.
Don't need to get grumpy.
Why are you yelling at Blanche?
I'm not sure what you all don't understand about what's happening here.
I understand.
If you want to know how to make the pie, go find your damn recipe.
No, why don't you just fucking leave? And then we will make our own pies. You haven't even lived in this place to know enough to even make a pie because you don't know how to read. You don't know what to do. You don't even know what. You haven't even talked to the trees. We've exceeded your knowledge into everything.
He doesn't shut up. Just keep on. So I'll keep on going over here. And I go in this room. If it's unlocked.
Yeah, it is.
Actually,
Okay.
while they're arguing, I will go into the room that he.
I'm just
offered as well.
yelling at this guy. And then you know what else?
Yeah, he's just sitting. He's just standing there with his arms crossed and a scowl as he's being berated.
So-
And you know what
by
else?
Light Bright.
You don't even know how to even like do anything.
Hey, what was your name there, big goblin?
Can I do an investigation check on these inside this room?
Yeah, so Blanche, you enter into the room that Gaz pointed to that was on the other side of the bakery floor. You enter into a well-appointed office filled with sturdy mahogany furniture and velvet curtains. It contains 2 paper-strewn desks with overturned chairs. The remaining walls are lined with bookshelves and filing cabinets. Yeah.
Can I go through the cabinets and, check the room for the recipe? That's what I'm going to be doing.
Make a perception check. First, check like the cabinets and shelves around the
Okay.
room.
5.
You
Oh,
have
shit.
5. No, you just like kind of very haphazardly like pull off a random book or two from the shelves. You don't find anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Dang. Okay.
All right.
Although, I mean, you do notice, I guess, with a 5 though, that the desks themselves like have drawers and stuff.
Could I go
And
over there
then-
and check those? Or would that be part of my investigation?
No, make another perception
Make
check
another
to
perception.
examine the desk.
8.
Great. Yeah, there are some drawers. Do you
There's
wanna,
doors there.
Do you want to go looking through them?
Yes. I do want to go looking through them. First, I want to make sure that. I want to pull them open and see if they're unlocked.
Yeah, all of the drawers, you start rifling through them, pulling one open after the other, filled with just some like random paper. Some of them are like supply lists or financial ledgers. You don't find any kind of anything resembling a recipe. Although when you go to grab one drawer on the second desk, you start pulling it out and you hear like a popping or a snapping and then a sharp pain as something digs into the palm of your hand. You take 7 points of piercing damage from this little bitty trap that you just poison damage. And then I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Just throwing dice
I'm just
everywhere.
throwing dice everywhere. Constitution 18.
18. That is high enough to succeed. So you do not succumb to the poison. You just take the damage itself from
Okay.
springing this trap. But afterwards, you do. After that happens, you do pull open the drawer and see that there is a sheet of paper that has been torn in half. That does appear to be one half of a recipe.
Is it because if you were to look at a recipe, you would see like a numerical side on the left and a ingredient side more on the right. Which side do I have?
It appears to be it was torn vertically. It looks like so. You have a few ingredients and a few words of instruction, but
Okay.
Okay.
So. Ow! What was that? Y'all, I think I found something.
My guy couldn't hear you because he's in the complete opposite side.
yes, we
now.
will go.
Okay.
We will go over to
Yes.
I heard.
Rory.
So I yell out the door. I think I found something in here. Okay. Right there.
All right. So Light Bright goes to join in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over there.
Look, I found like a half of. It looks like it's the recipe. We need to find this other half. Where's the little guy?
So, Rory, you enter into this once homey apartment where the famed Grammy used to reside. Has been turned into a true goblin hovel.
Okay.
Ancient mahogany furniture still stands in the room, too heavy for the goblins to move. A bed missing a mattress stands in one corner, and a wardrobe, now filled with crude weapons, is in the opposite corner. Against one wall is a desk covered with animal pelts and hunting trophies.
Okay. Is that rug actually there on the picture?
Yeah, yes, and there is a somewhat
Okay.
tattered and
Does
dirty
it
rug.
look like it's been moved recently?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 13.
You kick over like one corner of the rug, and it's very obvious that rug has been sitting there for like a long time as the like wood
Okay,
stain
so
underneath.
I want
is-
to go ahead and pull the whole rug up, see if maybe there's a trap door or something underneath it.
Yeah, you pull up the whole rug, kind of roll it up and get it out of the way. And then besides there being like a much lighter coloring on the wood from where the impression of the rug where it sat, there was nothing remarkable
Okay.
about the floor.
Then I would like to go to the desk then as the next place. And does it look like it's been open recently?
Make a perception check.
6.
6. You don't really can discern any kind of information from
Okay.
the desk. It's just as like dirty as everything else. in the room.
Well,
Not the desk.
I want to look at, does it have like an opening underneath to where you can kind of look up underneath the bottom of it? Or is it a solid desk?
I mean, it's like you have drawers on your left and your right, and like a small,
Opening.
skinny one.
Okay, so I would like to
above your
look up
legs.
underneath and see if there's like any visible traps, any trip lines. Or...
Yeah, that would have been great if you'd roll better on that. That would be part of that perception check. that you just rolled.
Okay. So then I'm going to try and open it. Then
All right. Unfortunately, with that
Yeah.
a perception roll, the same fate
okay.
befalls Rory, except you take 10 points of
Ooh.
poison damage. Or max roll, and you will need to make a Constitution save throw,
Constitution.
please.
And actually, as a stout halfling, I have advantage on poison saves and half damage on poison.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can half that 10 to
Okay,
5,
so 5.
and you have advantage against saves to be poison.
Yes.
And roll with advantage. Nice.
Not 20.
There you
Nice.
go. This happens. These things happen almost simultaneously. Light bright as you hear both like Rory and Blanche like yelp from opposite sides of the bakery. But you are able, Rory, to open up this drawer, which also contains one half of the secret recipe on a torn up piece of parchment. And it also contains a small spell book.
Okay.
Let's
Is there
investigate.
any writing on the spellbook?
There was a very nice flowing, like cursive script, very elegant and refined.
Okay. I've actually got the Helm of Comprehend Languages, thanks to that roll that we did at the beginning of last session. Can I read what the script says?
It seems like this was probably just like Grammy's like personal, almost like diary or notebook a little bit. It seems to be just some of the spells that she knew and would use in the bakery. Like there's sheets for Druidcraft, Entangle, Purify Food and Drink, and Speak with Plants.
Okay. So I would pocket that for now. The spell book, at least. I don't want any of the goblins seeing that I found that.
Right.
And then I would come back out of the room and try and survey what's going on at the moment.
All right. It's just Gaz the Goblin is continuing to be berated by Light Bright.
Okay.
I imagine is still on his tirade.
I want to look at the other goblins and see if they look like they're getting more hostile as time's passing. Do they look more agitated or the same as before?
Make an insight check.
Insight.
Mm.
I got a 5.
A 5. They certainly seem like agitated. Not necessarily hostile, but
Okay.
it's obviously like tense in the room.
How far are those rafters up above me?
Like to the peak, or like in the middle. Would
Just to
probably
get
be-
up on one of the beams in the rafter.
Oh, just like 10 feet to where the rafter would meet the wall, the top of the wall.
Okay. Is anyone looking at me at the moment?
Oh yeah, these goblins that are all around, like they are keeping their eyes on.
There goes
like,
that
all
way.
of you.
Never mind.
Yeah, their eyes keep flickering back and forth, like they're
Okay.
clearly looking towards their leader to follow his
As
lead.
I
but-
come out, I place myself in the corner then, behind those ones, and watch what's happening in the room.
Okay, is there anything Light Bright or Blanche would like to do?
No, I just want to keep asking questions.
Blanche is going to come out of this room and wander back in the direction of the goblins and Rory and say, "Well, y'all didn't look very well." And I hold up I said, "I got half of it already. I've been here 5 minutes. How long y'all been here? Months?"
Uh-huh. And then
Rory?
and then I hear
find
her say
anything?
that, and I want to walk back to where they are because I didn't
No.
know that. I didn't know she had it, so I'm gonna go follow her,
We're gonna
Hey.
following lady,
wander over.
Got a
following
question
Blanchie.
for you guys.
Blanchie
That
girl.
Got a question for you guys. What happens if you get the recipe, or we find the recipe? What then?
Then, well, keep the recipe for all I care. Just show us how to make the pies, and then we can do it ourselves.
No, I mean sure, but you don't have another part of the recipe. We just found one part. How much did you look?
I'm gonna shoot Blanche. I am Blanche.
Mhm.
I'm gonna shoot Rory a look like, "You got anything?" And just kind of like, I don't want them to know that I'm trying to see if Rory had found anything.
Rory kind of looks at you, shakes his head real quick, then a quick wink, and stays in the corner.
That was very confusing. All right. All right. Well, I think we're gonna go look out there in the orchard and see if we can figure out how to make these pies. And I look back at Rory and wink again.
It sounds like a good idea. We
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
you're the
gather some
pie
apples
maker.
while we're out there.
Y'all need me.
Make a persuasion check or a deception. I'll let you choose.
Can I give her advantage?
If you say something that would.
I did. I said that's what I said. I thought.
I'm sorry. If you
Not
did,
20.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh well, that doesn't
But it was an 18 because I have a -2 on both of those.
still a nat 20
Okay.
though.
Okay. Well, that Gaz is not very insightful. Let's go.
All right, then, will you come right back and bake that pie?
okay.
Okay. So
Just
I
like
want to go out to the back area, and I want to make sure that we're not being
Without a
followed.
word, I slip out.
Is there a door there?
It looks like a door's right there.
Yeah, there's a back door.
Okay, I slip out the back door while they're having that talk. I kind of step out as quietly as
I
I
need
can.
to go gather me up some fresh apples, so I'll be back. Okay.
All right.
I'll
Come
go
on,
out.
Abs.
Yeah. I go with you. As Light Bright is abs
Yes.
because he's hot.
And I'm an old lady.
Yes, you all exit the bakery and go out amongst the trees in the orchard. The scent of apples is even thicker here. The older trees are arranged in neat, orderly rows, but the saplings that have sprouted since the goblins took over are everywhere. There's a whispering sound that doesn't seem to come from just the leaves rustling in the wind. Early ripened apples litter the ground amongst you.
And he said that we
Hey
were
guys,
free reign.
let's go
How
into the
big is
trees a
the
little bit
orchard?
and get up
Like in
so
the
they
back,
can't
how
see
many
us.
rows?
Let's get up in the tree.
But many,
Many rows.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
dozens
but we
of
want to
rows.
pick some apples. They said that.
Yes,
he said
yes.
that we were allowed to.
Follow me though. Let's get away from here. Get up in the trees.
You know, the best apples are in the middle of that orchard. We start walking.
I agree. And take off.
Yeah, you all get go deeper.
Okay. I would like
Into-
to climb up into a
itself.
tree once we get to where the house is starting to become a little harder to see.
As you are traveling along, making your way towards the center, light bright, you catch the movement of an object flying through the air out of the corner of your vision. And make a dexterity save, please.
Okay. Nine.
A 9. You don't catch it fast enough, and as you turn your head towards this object in your peripheral, a slightly rotten apple hits you in the face, splattering all over you and covering you in sweet juices. And you all hear a feminine giggling coming from amongst the trees.
Okay, that's not your bullshit. I want to look
Who
where
threw the apple?
I want to look where the apple came from, and I want to go run towards it.
Yeah, you run in the direction that it came from, but as you look around, you
Can I
don't
do-
perceive any.
Like a perception check for just see if I can see anybody.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
Nope. That was a 5.
So while we're doing this, I'll be like,
I found the other half of that, but I didn't want to say it in front of them.
You found it already?
Yeah.
So what are we doing
Go
out
ahead.
here?
I
Go ahead
found
and
a
give it to
spell
me.
book too. Yes.
so I pull out the other half of the recipe, but keep the spell book on me.
Mhm.
Actually, you said it was more like a diary / cookbook, so I would give it to the pie cook. So I would also hand over the spell book to Blanche. You said it had what spells in it?
Yeah, there was just a handful. I believe Druidcraft, Entangle, Purify Food and Drink, Speak with Plants.
Okay. I want to give that to. What was her?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I probably will end up because I have a cookbook full of ancient recipes already.
Okay.
So, I don't have any spell casting abilities. And I look at Light Bright. You think you can do something with these? I hand them to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were they?
Druidcraft, Entangle, Purify Food and Drink, and I missed the last one.
Speak with Plants.
Speak with Plants.
Druidcraft,
Entangle.
Purify, and Tangle.
While this is happening, are there any more apples, or do we hear any more feminine voices?
Yeah, occasionally on the breeze you hear what almost sounds like but whispering and giggling.
Whispering and giggling. So they just sent us out here to fuck with us.
Well, no, I
We
wanted to
chose,
come out
yes.
there
I
because
didn't
I
wanna
wanted to
give
be
them
away
the
from
rest-
this. Whenever, so I'm gonna put
So-
the pieces together, and look at the list or look at the recipe, I guess.
But yeah, with 2 halves, it's easy to tell that this does make the complete recipe. Ingredients and some, but not super detailed, but some instructions on how to assemble it. There are some ingredients that you aren't familiar with yourself, but you do have the whole.
Well, we
Recipe.
gotta
The
make
whole recipe.
we gotta
Okay.
make it, and then we gotta deliver it to someone. But we also have to make it for the goblins. I don't want to teach them how to make it.
I kind of want to fight the goblins.
You want to fight the
I
goblins?
kind of do because they're fucking bullshit. But
The way
it's
they were
whatever.
speaking to you, I didn't like that. That's why I snuck out before I got mad.
Well,
So-
you don't like any. Yeah, you don't like people talking
The
about
way
it.
they were speaking to you. You all came in and just killed one of their friends.
I killed no one, sir.
I didn't like the way he talked to you after you killed that guy.
I didn't
But
like
they
the
were kind
way-
of rude after you murdered their friends.
Yeah, they're mad at us.
So
Adventurers.
I want to head back in, and I'm gonna say I'm not gonna tell them that I have the recipe. Let me look at what you guys got around here and see if I can come up with something. I don't know where that recipe would be, but I think I can come up with something. So I start walking around, and I want to collect what I can find of the ingredients that I do know that will make the pie, and see if I can collect all of them in this area, or if not.
Right. You are, as you kind of like more explore the bakery itself, you find in this room over here in the corner is just like a guard room. It appears there are just like some empty weapons and armor racks and no baking ingredients inside of it. There are some of your more basic ingredients out on the bakery floor. You can find like your flour and sugar, like the more bulk items, but you don't find some of the more specific things on the list, like cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, some
Okay.
of these things that maybe you aren't familiar with.
Well, we do know a person that sells something not too far from here, Mr. Olan.
I will mention that there are these two stone rooms inside of the bakery that each have closed doors, and above
that
these,
we haven't checked yet.
above these doors seem to be etched some type of rune that glow with a soft blue light.
Can I read that rune? I have the Helm of Comprehend Languages.
Is rune a language? I'm
I
not.
don't know.
I'm not certain. Since it's not. That's not listed. If you look at a list of 5e languages, it is.
I think
not
that may
say
be
runes.
excluded. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
While I'm doing this investigating, I have a brass orb with strange runes on it. Could I check to see if maybe I would be familiar
Oh
with
yes,
these
that was your
runes?
trinket that you
Yes.
got.
Doesn't decode secret messages in text or a glyph, such as arcane signal.
Okay.
So,
But if anybody wants to make an Arcana check, you may.
okay, I would like to.
Alison!
I would nat 20. I was gonna say
For a
I'll do it,
total
but
of 21.
Yeah, nice. Rory, you recognize these runes to be that of a cone of cold, but it has been modified in such of a way to be more mild and localized. These rooms are refrigerators.
We found the cold storage, guys.
And I pick up the pace a little and shuffle over there.
Okay, I would like to open up the one I was inspecting, which I'm guessing would probably be this one here. To the side closer to the orchard.
Yes, inside of that one, this is the ingredients storage.
Okay.
Inside of this room, and you find glass jars and like small, like guinea sacks that are labeled in all different ways, and you are able to compile all the ingredients collectively between the bakery floor and this room.
Hey, Miss Blanche, I think we found everything.
Okay, let me check this out. I don't know. I don't have the recipe now. So I'm just trying to guess this. Let me see what you got.
All right, all right.
As she goes in and starts inspecting the room, I will post up guard to make sure no one comes in and looks to make sure she can have the time she needs to get the right
And-
recipes.
I'm
I
gonna
thought we had the recipe.
I'm gonna lean.
Or the right
I do have
ingredients,
the
my bad.
recipe. I just don't want them to know I have. the
Yes.
recipe. And I lean my head out and I say, "Hey, Light Bright,
Yo,
you know how to preheat an oven?"
I mean, no.
Never mind, Jesus.
I blow,
These kids these days.
I blow cold. I'm a cold fire. I'm a cold dragon. I don't want. I don't
That's
want
fair.
I
fire.
finally meet a
Touche.
dragon and they can't even get me a fire starter.
I'm so sorry. I am a cold dragon. I was
As,
Alright, come
as,
here.
as they're sitting there saying this, I lean around and using Druidcraft light the pilot on the ovens
I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to do fire. I
because it
I can
allows
blow
me to
ice and then I make you an icicle globe. Here you go.
I don't want that. And I just give it back to I said,
No.
But, honey,
I got you, Miss
you want to take
Blanche.
all this stuff over there to that oven?
I
I
don't
can,
want this. I just made it.
and I look at it's good, but
That's
I don't want it.
That's not what you're supposed to do. with
It's
those.
ice. What am I supposed to do with ice right now? I'm making a pie.
It's just a figure.
Thank you, honey. And you just see her just kind of love it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get all my stuff. I'm gonna make Lightbright carry all my stuff over for me,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start trying to make this pie.
Are you trying to do that secretly?
No,
Or
I
are
want,
you
they know I'm making the pie. They just don't know that I have the recipe for the pie. I'm saying this is something that I'm
They
coming up
did
with.
say to try and
No, when
figure
you
it out.
yeah, when you start assembling all your ingredients together and start the process, Gaz and the other goblins they start gathering around.
All right, you're gonna show us how to do this.
No, can you just back up? She needs her space.
Sugar, I'm not gonna teach you how to do this wrong. I need to make sure I'm doing it right.
Get out of here first, and then we'll tell you the
No.
recipe when we're done.
We're gonna learn, and I want to see each one of you have a hand in it,
Why?
so we know there's no kind of magic shenanigans going on here.
What is there's Matt? What makes you the boss of me? I'm the one who found. We're the one who found the recipe. You're gonna control me. Go away,
And we're the
and we'll
ones
make the
who
pie.
aren't killing you for killing our
And
friends.
I'll kill you for killing me.
And Blanche walks up and pops you both and says, I've been making pies for 40 years. And I ain't gonna start having some dragon and goblin telling me how to make this pie. Now I need to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm not gonna go around spreading rumors on how to make bad pie.
Well, then you prove our point, miss. If you say they can't bake a pie, then you show us that they can, so we know we can.
Fair enough. So I go over and I start.
Time to leave.
All right. Anyway. So I go over and I start mixing all the ingredients together and
Okay.
getting them all.
All right, so we're gonna try to make the pie. Mechanically, here's how we're gonna do this.
Okay.
We're gonna have 3 rolls. Each one of you will need to make one of these rolls.
Why?
Okay,
She's the
individually.
only one making.
No,
Well,
because each
no,
three
he
you all
wants-
3 are having a hand in
The
it.
goblin
yes.
wants to make sure that each of us have a hand in
So-
making this pie.
So one person will need to make an intelligence check to measure out and correctly mix up
I'll
all
do
of
the
the
intelligence.
ingredients.
Okay.
At the second,
Yeah.
one person will need to make a dexterity check for the assembly of the pie itself. And then
Okay.
one person will need to make a wisdom check to be able to intuit how to properly heat and perfectly bake the oven for the right
So
amount.
I was
That
hoping
wasn't-
Constitution if it
So-
was edible or not.
And you all will collectively
I'm
have to
both
beat.
So I have
How
You two
wisdom
have the
and-
first ones. It's clear with
Yeah.
You all will
So that means
collectively
I've gotta
have
go
to
wisdom.
beat a DC of 30
I mean, when my
Collectively.
with your 3 rolls to successfully
Okay.
bake.
No, my
Granny's
wisdom's high
pie.
too. Do you want me just to do both?
we have to
We
do
all
one
have
each.
to do
Everybody has to do one.
We all
So you
have
guys
to.
have the higher scores than the
So
others. I'll
I
take
have
the
a high
less
dex.
one.
Plus 4.
I have a +4 dex. So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
got that. You've got the
So you
intelligence.
guys,
So you're gonna
and I will do
wisdom.
wisdom.
Is your
Yes.
wisdom great or no?
No.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I should have just told
What's
you
your
all what the tasks
intelligence?
were and not the associated skills, so there
What's
wouldn't
your-
have been
what-
this
wait, what's your
metagaming.
dex?
+1. Oh, +2 on dex.
What's your dex?
4.
Exactly.
But what's your?
By
Um,
default, I'm the
But
one
what's
left
your
over with wisdom.
wisdom?
2.
What's your wisdom?
1.
Why don't you switch?
Why?
But she's got the +4 on dex. I guess
Yeah, but you have +2 on dex.
we have to beat
and
30.
he has +2 on wisdom, and he only has +1 on wisdom, and you only have +1 on the other. So why don't you switch it?
I
That
don't
way
have
we're
+1,
not.
I have +2.
She has. We have to try and get a total of 30.
So we
So
need
her
the
having
most-
that higher plus will help.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to let you have the wisdom and just do the best we
Let's
can.
see what your guys' rolls are, and then we'll see how much I need to roll.
Who's doing the intelligence check? That's what we need to start with. That's
Oh,
that's the
me.
first step in the pie making
Intelligence,
process.
Yeah, I guess that's
Is
true.
measuring out the
Measuring out
ingredients.
the ingredients. Okay, Sugar, now come on over here. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. Every woman's gonna love a dragon that can cook.
I'm going to use.
You may do so. You may roll with advantage under the guidance of Blanche as,
Oh.
as she is coaching you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, okay, you need to use this much, you know.
Okay.
This is
I would
the-
not have allowed this if you had not already baked a perfect pie.
I know how to make a pie. Oh, good thing too.
Yeah.
All right, what's that intelligence?
12. 12.
12 total?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't roll fucking.
You're coaching her through it, Blanche, and you're cringing inside as you watch her like spill some ingredients. You know, she's packing down the flour as she measures it out. You know, you're not supposed to pack the flour.
Stop it!
You measure it loose.
Oh, honey. There's
I'm
some-
trying. Stop.
but
You take the shell out if it gets in the mix. And then I look back at guests and I'm like, everything's fine.
but yes, you after some amount of time and work, you have a unassembled pie dough and the filling. Who's going to make the dexterity check to assemble the pie?
I will make the dexterity check.
There are some instructions on how to do some beautiful lacework pie crust
22.
topping.
Ooh.
And you've done this hundreds of times. This is not the first pie crust that you've crimped together or laced. And Blanche puts together what looks like a beautiful pie crust. The edge is like perfectly crimped and wavy. There's even like a beautiful little like floral design that she managed to make out of some of the dough. It looks beautiful. But now it is up to our halfling Rory, who lit the fire with a Druidcraft, lit the ovens, but
Mhm.
let's see. Then once you get to the end of the instructions on the recipe, it simply says bake until done. So let's see if you have the wisdom.
Ooh.
What
But
Can
could
she-
you?
can
What
she
do I
roll
need
with
to get?
advantage since
what do I need to get?
But could she get an advantage because she knows how to long to cook a pie?
You may roll with advantage under Blanche's guidance.
Oh fuck! And
Nat
20. That's
Hell
so
yeah.
crazy. It
For
comes with
21.
grits.
Oh, I am so proud of you. Oh, Rory, looks beautiful.
After you stoke up the oven, and you know that you can't just be like fluctuating the temperatures, opening that door and checking it. You know, the more you do that, it's going to ruin the final product. And you expertly, as Blanche is even, you start to sweat a little bit as even maybe you think it's being a little bit too long to have pulled the pie. But Rory stands his watch very studiously. At the right moment, just opens
Like
it
Mark's
up.
trying to open
And
it.
it uses a long wooden paddle to pull out this perfectly golden brown, steamy.
I use my stick that's on my back because it's in
Oh,
a
yeah.
tree branch.
There you go. Yeah, you pull out this beautiful, beautiful pie. The smell, the aroma starts to fill the entire bakery. It almost like lifts you off of your feet. It's so decadent and just satisfying. And you set the pie down on one of the tables in the middle, and
As I do that, my first instinct is to watch the goblins, how they react to the pie now being there.
it's almost cartoonish in how the aroma like seems to lift them all, and they start like making their way towards toward like everybody is gathering around with their eyes full of envy and hunger. And you hear gas.
While they're distracted, I make a motion towards my party members and be like, should I take my stick and smack one of them with it while they're distracted?
Well, you have the pie.
I'm
You have the pie on your stick. Then you just flavor.
No, I put the pie down.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you gonna smash them with the pie? No.
Oh, but it looks amazing. You guys did great.
It certainly smells right.
Okay.
Well, let's let it sit. You don't want to jump on a hot pie, so we're gonna let it sit for a minute.
Yeah, you all wait what seems like a painfully long times. The goblin's anticipation continues to grow. But once it has cooled a sufficient amount,
While we were waiting, I asked one of the goblins how old they were.
just a random
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 19.
Oh, I'm 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you like cheese?
Yeah. Do you like cheese?
Yeah.
Gouda?
Yeah, it's good. I like cheese.
Gouda, the cheese. Gouda.
Yes, cheese is good.
Yeah, cheese is good. Yep.
And he
Cheese
just kind of
is
like
good.
side eyes and slowly walks away. You know?
Good.
I think the pie's ready, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, you all sampled this pie that you crushed the DC on that, and yes, the pie is delicious. It's even better than the pie you baked.
Oh man, it's
Before,
better
with
than
these-
the pie.
These
So I
added
looked
ingredients
over
that
at
you've never used before.
Yes.
Yes.
Gas. And I'm
Gas.
like, is this the pie you were looking for?
It's gas fart.
You see, he wipes a single tear from his eye. That's fallen. Yes, this is it. You've brought the pies back to us. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
what the fuck? Can you just like help us now?
It was what? Is this not what you came for?
Tell you what, you saw how we did it. You want to make some money and make some more, and we can start selling these.
What are we doing?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not some robot.
I'm
that
going to
just
use
made-
my inspiration. They're not helping with this. I want to do a good job. And I am a halfling, and I rolled a nat 1, so going to roll that again. Didn't do any better. 5.
5.
What? No interest in making money? No business? These pies will be for ourselves. We can finally feed ourselves and be happy and safe here.
I'm all right with that. You guys want to make another one to take with us back and get that head?
We have to. We have to.
What?
We have to make another.
Hmm.
We have to.
All right.
Now,
Well,
I want to try and recall when we were talking with Olon, didn't he say these goblins were kind of a nuisance in the area?
I don't believe so. Just
No.
that you had a rumor that they had
Okay,
been occupying the.
Gotcha. Okay.
well, I think we should get to making some more pie. And then when you guys get closer to me, I don't trust leaving this recipe here with these goblins. I don't want them to know
Yeah,
about this.
I
This
don't-
doesn't seem right.
No, it don't.
You agree?
I agree, and I think you should take the recipe because we found it.
I've got the recipe, sugar, but I just needed to make another pie for our friend back
Mhm.
north, and then we can skedaddle or whatever.
I think you should hide the recipe somewhere. In
Oh, we're
the
taking
place.
that with us.
No, that way, if someone else comes, they would be able to find the recipe. And that's
Well-
just a thing. If you come to this place, the recipe's not there, you have to find it. Like,
Well, I don't know. I may bring it. I may give it to our buddy at the way station. Maybe leave it with him, and if that way,
Yeah, I don't like the idea of leaving.
it just seems like maybe
Recipe
them
for
goblins
this
might
good of
figure
pie
it
here.
out now, and I
I'm not
don't
gonna
want to.
figure anything out. We can leave it by the tree. They're not gonna fucking know.
So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna start making another pie.
Okay.
Or
Do you need our help again?
no, I just wanted you to know, and them goblins wanted you all to take part in it. And you all are fine. And
You know what? Just for fun, make those 3 checks on your own just to see how this compares to the
Okay.
group effort. Make your intelligence, and I'll log it.
Oh, my intelligence.
No,
Oh,
no,
my-
just Blanche.
Yeah, she's the one
for the
making
pie
pie.
that she's going to make on her own.
So intelligence, that's 14.
Okay, now the dexterity.
6
Okay, and now the wisdom.
was 13.
The pie that Blanche makes, it's a little bit. Actually, it does not look anywhere near as good. It still tastes quite fine, but the crust work was. I think it was a 6. Honestly, the crust work is kind of shitty on this one. Although it taste very good.
I rolled intelligence. I rolled a nat 20, so you should have used mine.
I should have had you help me.
I was rolling it because I thought that's what he meant.
But just so you know, your pie still would have beaten the. It is still a faithful reproduction of
Okay.
Okay,
a Grammy's
there we go.
pie. It just looks a little battered.
Well,
Nice.
now that we got that pie, you want to see if they'll let us leave?
Why don't we just leave?
leave. We don't.
Nobody's keeping me here.
No, we can just.
And so I'm gonna say, well, y'all, it was nice to see y'all. You got the ingredients right here. I'm gonna go on my way. Have a good day, and I'm gonna start to head towards the exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, they're all like gathered around this pie tin still, like trying to find the last little like bits of crumbs still left, and are paying you all very little.
Okay,
Mind.
well, we're leaving
Yeah, you all are able
with
to
the
leave.
pie.
Yep, no
Yeah,
problem.
with my pie.
Okay.
No problem at all.
And so when we get close back up here to the tree, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna say, thank you for letting me use them apples. I made the best pie. Thank you so much.
I took a crumb from back there, and I want to give the tree a crumb of the apple pie. I don't know if he'll eat it, but I just like lay it there.
Lay it in front of him, or are you gonna
Yeah.
try to put it in this thing's mouth?
I mean, I'll just walk by and be like, I got a pie, and I shove it in its mouth. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, when you get up to it and try to put something in its mouth, that's when its eyes like open back up again, and a large one of its limbs comes sweeping by you.
Okay.
Make a strength save,
Okay.
or no, a dexterity save. I'm sorry.
17.
So, I mean, that's good enough. You're able to kind of like catch the branch and use the momentum that it just like shoves you and like pushes you away from it, but you don't suffer any.
I was just trying to feed you pie. Sorry.
Kids. Come on. We gotta get back and get this tied up.
Yeah, you hear the tree behind you echo, "Golden kids."
And you see Blanche shake her head, yeah. So we're head back towards.
Let's take a pause right
Okay.
here because we need to put this on the charger.
All right. Picking back up after the mic's charged a little bit.
Okay, you all are leaving the bakery. I presume heading back the way you came, back towards Harrington.
No, I'm going
Okay.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was a good game, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks for listening. All right, yeah, you have an uneventful.
Y'all think we can stop in and see my boyfriend on the way?
Oh,
my
that old man.
God.
He's all,
What do you want
long.
to do over there? 'Cause he
I
just-
told him I was gonna bring him a pie. Remember?
Well, we can't take him this pie.
Well, she can just make more. She knows the recipe now.
Oh, do we even have time? We got to get back.
He was kind enough to let us sleep there, and I told him,
Yeah, sleep.
Can you just like maybe?
I'm old, honey. I slept.
Can you just like maybe like Can we do a short
It
rest?
is on the way.
Can we do a short rest where she can make a half a pie and take it to him, and we just like leave it there so we don't have to like stay?
It is on the way, and you know, like from your travel times, like getting here, that if you went back there, you're gonna get there right around like dark
Right.
anyway,
right.
and it's the way you need to go.
Ugh.
get to
It's out of the way.
You know what? I'll fucking do it. For you.
Light Bright wants to actively avoid Oland.
Light Bright.
So then we get to the way station.
Oh, Light Bright's just worried about you.
Oh, honey, I can fend for myself.
No, not vocally. I didn't say that out loud.
Oh.
Yeah, you approach the way station. The sun is setting. Like the crisp air. It's cool and sharp.
So funny.
But you hear some like an angry voice as you get nearer to the shop, and you can see somebody dressed in like leathery and studded armor outside with a sword in his hand is yelling, "Oh, get out of here, old man! Come on, we know you're in there."
Oh, I don't think so.
Get him.
I go rushing in,
And I'll stand right behind him.
Stand right in front of old man's door.
What do you want?
If he sees you running up, he's going to be hostile towards you. And
Bring it on,
if you're
come
running
on.
Up, then we're going to roll initiative.
Okay, I'm not letting that old man take
Me
the heat for
neither.
nothing.
I want to join in. Oh, God.
16.
11.
13.
Bullshit.
Sorry, what did you get?
11. Light
And
Bright.
then you got 13.
Mm-hmm.
16 for Rory.
Yeah, Rory, you got first
Ooh.
action.
All right. So first action, I can tell this dude is hostile towards me, correct?
Oh yeah, as you start like running up, I mean, he notices you, and you can see that you're looking aggressive. He's not going to take you. Like, he's raising his sword and closing distance.
Okay. I'm going to go into a rage. As I'm running up, you see him just start kind of like foaming at the mouth, and he takes the club off his back, and he just turns and tries to uppercut this guy
All right, roll for the very.
for
Very
a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh. That would be 12 damage, sir.
Get 12. Yeah, your club strikes true, and you catch him right across the jaw, and his like head snaps over from the blow. And yeah, it was a good, solid hit. He kind of like stumbles from it, but keeps his feet. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That was my action. I moved to get up to him. Let me double check. That's it.
Enraging would be the bonus action,
Yep.
right? All right, Blanche, it's your turn. And then my
All right. So then I see Rory running up, and I'm like, all right, we're doing this. And so I take my little shawl off, and I get my rolling pin ready, and I run up there, and I hit the guy with my rolling pin. Oh, and I miss drastically.
Yeah,
Two.
a fucking 2, man.
2.
You don't even add anything to that?
Well, you've got your dex and proficiency bonus.
Okay, so I guess it's a little bit 8 collectively.
Yeah, he very easily steps out of the way. Don't break a hip, old hag.
Oh, God.
So then I
I'm
want to
mad.
take my bonus action and swipe him with my claws.
All right, roll a hit.
All right.
Turtles have claws?
Yeah.
Turtles
yeah,
have
yeah,
claws.
yeah,
Yes,
they
they
do.
do.
So 11.
11? No, I'm sorry. That
Oh,
does not hit us.
God,
He just
that's
very
so
easily.
embarrassing.
I'm just like,
You're- you
No,
think that's what you're doing, as in
your
fact,
hip
Rory
freeze.
and Lightbright see you very slowly and delicately trying to
And Light Bright's like,
swing this rolling pin,
Light Bright's head.
and then weakly
Try and
swipe
smack
your arm.
him.
You kind of
It's
just like
all in
pat him on the
slow-mo.
shoulder.
It's all in
Get
slow-mo.
smacked.
And Light Bright just like starts running up there.
Rory looks back and goes, "It's a good thing you can cook."
Red light bright. It is your turn.
Yeah, I go up there and I'm like, oh, and I get in between Blanche and this thing. What is it?
Okay, just a dude.
A dude.
Yeah,
I
he's
get
just
in
an
between
angry
this
dude.
thing. Yeah. Well, I don't want him to be like no. I mean, no, I don't want to run up there. I'll just stand where I am. If that counts, do I have to do what I said?
But no, yeah, you can choose.
Okay.
No, you're not committed.
I already said it, so I didn't
Nothing's
know.
permanent yet.
Okay, so I'm not gonna run up there all the way, but I'll get up there close, and then I'm going to cast sleep
Oh,
on this creature.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it go to sleep.
Let me check real quick on what save
that's what I'm checking for you.
I need to
I
make.
can't. I didn't write it
um,
down.
Go ahead
And
and
you have my
roll.
computer.
You need to roll 5d8.
Okay.
Jeez, Louise.
Oh my god. Really? That
Yes.
many? Okay. It's not bad.
We're gonna
Oh
try
yeah,
and
it's
beat
not
his
even
remaining
yeah,
HP.
I don't save.
Three. I'll keep track for you.
Oh.
It's honestly, it's you're rolling 5d8. It's unnecessary to even roll. If you're casting sleep, your 5d8 are going to be more than his HP
Okay.
is left.
You sure about that?
Eight,
There wasn't
nine,
great
11,
rolls.
12,
Yes,
13,
I am
14,
100% certain.
18.
Okay.
Yes, yes. This man falls. He is dancing around and being lightly patted by this old tortoise. He
Took a
Go
big
with this.
stick to the
Go to
head.
sleep,
And then
In fact, it almost happened simultaneously enough. Blanche, you kind of think that maybe one of your pats is actually what did it.
And I don't let it. I let you think that.
Y'all look.
Yeah,
Good job.
he just collapses, like falls very ungraciously to the ground and starts snoring. loudly.
I'll clap for you. Oh, good job.
we got some clapping in the background up
Big
there.
claps.
No problem. No problem, ma'am.
Well, that was a bit uneventful.
Yeah.
Is there more?
We should
And
just,
Rory starts to look around.
no, we should just go and leave this weird.
Well,
We
at
need
least
to check
check on
on
the
him.
old man.
Yeah, well, I mean,
leave
that's
it.
what I'm saying. We'll just go, but like go in there and we'll see how the.
Hey, hold on! Rory yells out.
You see his old wrinkly head, his receding gray hair peek up from behind this counter.
What the heck happened?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know, with these bandit types, who knows what gets into them? Is he dead?
No, I made him go to sleep.
Yeah, well, good going
You can mess
there.
with him if you wanna.
Yeah, you guys, you want to raid him? Can I check his pockets?
What? Well, I
Sorry.
didn't mean steal from him. I meant like draw
I
on
mean,
him or
what
something.
if he has some money? Can I steal the money? You guys think I'm bad if I steal the money?
No.
All right, I'm looking for money.
Rory turns and looks the other way.
Yeah, there's a pouch on him that's got a handful of like low value coins in it.
Cool.
Some
Does he have
coppers and
any like
silvers.
potions or anything on him?
Nah.
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 All right. I'm just gonna take the money. This dessert. You want to share it?
I'm all right. I got lots.
I give you.
I'm
I give
good.
you a couple gold out of it.
All right, I'll take it.
A
Thank
couple
you.
gold. You want it, Rory?
No.
Rory.
Come on, y'all.
Rory.
I don't steal. I'll knock him out.
I
behind
won't
the
say
glass.
it. It's from me. I'll give you
Sugar,
out of
I brought
my
you some
pocket.
pie.
Slide it in my pocket. I
I-
won't look.
Okay, I put it in Rory's pocket. Okay, and just pat him. Pat him. Yeah, you're good. And I'm a man, by the way. Then I walk
Well,
away.
you're pretty though, so it's confusing.
Ah! Yes, I know. That's the curse. Anyway.
So then I go up. I'm like, look what I brought you, sugar, and I give him the pie.
The extra pie?
Mhm.
Yes,
Not the one-
Not our pie, the pie that we are getting. I remember we stopped in.
Yeah,
Detroit,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
did another pie.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's,
Just making sure, even in character. My friend's like, not our pie! Ah! Not our pie, right, ma'am?
No,
No, okay.
Oh, well, you do keep your promises, don't you? I admire that in a woman.
Yeah, she made us come back here. So you should be thankful.
when I make a promise, I'll keep it.
We still got a bed here. Hold
Well,
on.
now you're not only customers, but you've done saved me as well. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of you have a place to stay anytime you like.
That guy might wake up, though.
As you're saying that, I go over and I tie him up or attempt to.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause I was
that's
just
a
going to
good
say
idea.
that's been roughly 1 minute.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
so I'm gonna go attempt to tie him up.
I did not
But
think about
dexterity or sleight of hand.
Okay,
if you happen to
I
be
guess-
proficient.
I guess once you run over there, I'm like, oh, I guess I'll help you.
That's 20.
Not 20! Out of the... That is a wild...
I can't do it on anything important, but I'm doing it on the useless stuff.
What the wild...
Yeah, you hog tie him up quickly and deftly, securely.
Cool.
Shouldn't have been a jerk.
And then I want to make sure that we cotton mouth his mouth, where we like put a strip in his mouth where he can't talk.
Oh, in case he speaks spells.
Yeah.
Okay, smart. Yeah, you go ahead. Make a sleight of hand. Or
Oh God. Okay, I'll try.
as once again, you try to come assist Rory after he ties some
18.
knots. Yeah, you.
Yeah, good job.
You make a very
I get a
effective
plus
gag.
You're very helpful.
Thanks. I tried.
Well, judging by my satisfied stomach, I'm guessing you all succeeded in finding what you were looking for, huh?
It
Yeah,
would appear so.
I mean, I think we did pretty good.
Well, we never did find Granny, but
True.
Don't
We didn't
know.
explore.
but we don't need
much
her
further.
around.
I don't know if
When you
Granny's
got
alive.
Yeah, there was some goblins living up in there, and they said they'd been there a few months.
There were also like
Yep.
I killed one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
She got a little excited.
We killed just one?
Just one.
Just one. For some reason, they don't like to fight stuff. I've noticed.
Yeah, interesting. Well,
At my age, you figured out you can usually settle things. You don't need to
Oh yeah, but I've
go
never,
and pew pew pew.
I've never gone on an adventure before where I didn't fight nothing.
I think I was more.
Besides this jerkus over here.
And I look at the tied up dude.
I think I was
he's
more.
now squirming around a little bit, having woken up, testing his bonds and muffled.
I think I was more.
Oh, he's getting turned in.
Yeah, I think I was more excited to. Not excited. That's not a term.
You were a little excited. That's why
I don't know. I was scared. I just reacted. I didn't mean to kill the thing. I just shot off my magic missile
Oh,
because
don't hurt your heart over it.
never misses. So I
don't
was
hurt
like,
your
you
heart
know.
over it. It's just goblins.
And then it died. I didn't mean to kill it. It was just like that. It's like I don't know.
You got a brown paper bag back there for her or him. That pretty dragon is hard to tell.
Yeah,
yeah, I certainly have some sacks.
I think that was my first kill ever.
Some
I have
sex.
no idea. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I've
some sex.
never killed anybody before.
You have an interesting accent, sir.
Oh, well, shame to you, ma'am.
I perfected this over the years. I love it. Well,
Well, I'm breathing into a paper bag. You good over
And I'm
there?
over there just patting his back, just kind of.
It's gonna be okay, big man. It's gonna be okay.
I didn't mean to kill the goblin. That poor goblin. I did probably had a
Don't hurt
life.
yourself over it. It's just goblin.
You didn't mean to, so it was an accident then.
Yeah, I said magic missile.
Well,
Magic missile just doesn't miss. I didn't know it was gonna kill somebody. It's
Oh.
never killed anybody before.
all right, so yeah, from what I understand, hitting somebody with a magic missile is certainly not an accident.
No, I meant to do it. I'm just saying it never has killed anyone before.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you meant to hurt him, but not that bad.
Yeah. And then he just fell. And then he just fell.
Yeah,
the sound of that wet splat like crunch just
Ah!
repeats over and over.
Oh
mind.
God.
And we could have just distracted them with pie the whole time. We just walked
you
out.
don't
They
even.
were just eating.
I can't believe you would just say that to me,
Now-
and then I go into a
Now they know the
frenzy.
recipe.
Oh, they're there, dragon.
Here soon we're gonna have Goblin Pie Resort.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
well, maybe it'll be good
No.
for trade.
Oh, I'm actually letting them live. Been
I didn't leave them the recipe.
They did watch. Hopefully they can figure it out. But
They're dumb. They were dumb. They had it there the entire
I don't
time.
think
I don't think they
that
could read.
Mr. Lightbright's measurements were spot on anyway. So without little assistance,
Listen, our pie together was better than your pie by yourself.
this be that as it may.
I know, ma'am. And I'm not trying to, but you've been offending me a little bit. And I thought I thought you were cool. I thought you liked me.
Oh, I love you.
You know, I'm
sweetheart.
gonna go.
No, you're not going nowhere. Sit down.
All
Get
right.
some pie.
I'll sit down and eat a pie.
And then tomorrow we get our reward.
We'll see.
All right.
Yes, I've certainly had enough excitement for today. I'll be turning in.
Speaking of turning in, will you turn him in for us tomorrow, or what we gonna do with him?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll be happy to keep him here until the constable comes by.
Hopefully it'll be a few days.
That wouldn't be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Good luck to you, sir.
And I go and find a little haystack to curl up in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. We all have a nice rest. You get all the benefits of a long rest if you need any of those.
Woohoo!
And the sun rises on a bright new autumn day.
Yeah, we should just head back to the place where the horses head and
Horse's
return the
Okay.
pie.
Good morning, sugar.
Well,
You got any
actually, let's
coffee?
reread that note. Did it say that we were supposed to go back to the horse's head with the pie,
Yeah,
or
did
turn it
forget.
in to the person that turned it in?
Oh, we got to go to GS
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that GS fella.
or GW. or
The
whatever.
tinkering.
He's a
the
Haragon
inventor type.
inventor.
Yeah. So
GC.
we're going the wrong direction here,
No, we need
guys.
to go back to
No.
the.
Yeah, you all told me you were going to go to Harrington to see that inventor type.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to go to the Herringon town. So let's go back.
Which way is the Haragon town,
It's
sweetheart?
just up the road.
Yeah,
up
he
the
just
road.
points you. You're kind of at a crossroads of many
Okay.
different.
Okay.
He just points you down one of the ones
It's
that you have
not very
been.
far from here.
But no.
Yeah, no, you don't make it there today. In
Well-
fact, we're probably before noon.
We and I think that we've been through it before. We just passed through it.
You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right, off to Haragon we go. Follow the cobblestone road. Down the cobbles we go.
And he's singing that as he goes.
No, make a performance check.
Oh, okay. Ew. How's a 6 sound?
I bet y'all,
Oh
it's so
Lord,
bad.
would you
It's
stop
not-
that?
Well, you
whining?
And he just gets louder.
What?
Down the cobbles
Oh
we go.
God! Will you stop?
Yeah, so what he lacks in the musical skill, he makes up for in enthusiasm as you all travel towards Harrington. Around midday, the land starts to turn to this more open and hilly terrain. You start to see round doors that are built into the side of some of these hills, and windows also occupying these hills as you see these little burrows that these Herringons live in. And you can see as you get close to this type of township neighborhood, from one of these hovels, there are various different kinds of smoke, different colors of smoke that periodically come out of the chimney. While some of these homes you see just plain gray wisps of smoke, there's one particular place that every now and then will send up an odd color of blue, or sometimes starts streaming pink smoke.
I think that may be where we need to go.
Yeah, I agree. I'll follow you.
All right.
I'll follow you.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he goes skipping along.
He's a chipper little thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, you all follow the colorful smoke towards this place. When you get to another burrow, this little hollow, like a round, almost like hobbit-like homes. These kind of are, different kinds of smoke of different colors and like consistencies are coming out of the various chimneys in this dwelling. And there's a sign above the door that reads Nosi's Workshop.
I knew it.
Right.
Well,
Is there any windows or anything that we can see inside?
Yeah, there's a couple of like small round windows on either
So does
side.
it look like an actual functioning business where there's like items in the window or just open windows?
You do see there are some things displayed, but they are
Okay,
of such
so
like
those
odd shapes and just the way that they are built and constructed. You have a hard time even telling what they may be before,
Okay.
but there are a few things
There's
in the
something-
windows.
Okay. So
So I think we
do you
just go
guys
ahead.
want to go in?
Yeah, let's go in.
Yeah, you walk into the shop and the smell goes from this like crisp autumnal air to kind of these like acrid, sharp smells. It's like there's something kind of like starts stinging your eyes when you come in there. There's almost like this chlorine and ammonia type sense in the air. You can see with your back to you, there's a very short creature in the back of the workshop, hunched over something, and you can see him pour a type of liquid into another container, and there's suddenly a large, a bit of an explosion as this like pink gas explodes out from whatever was happening in front of him. And this creature turns around, and you see this Harengon who was covered in this like pink soot all over his face, and he lifts these two goggles that he was wearing to reveal clean round eyes and sees you all there.
Oh, hello? What can I do for you?
well, first you need a little bit of healing because that looked like it hurt.
Oh, no, I assure you, I'm fine. It's, the damage is really superficial.
Oh, sir, we're here. We had a
I'll reach and pull out the note here.
yeah, we had a quest. Did you request a pie?
Oh, yes, I did, at the
Are
horse's
you
head.
GC?
Yes, Nosi Corticopus, at your service.
I've heard things about you, but I didn't know that was you. I've been to this town a few times before. I am Light Bright.
Okay, yeah, so you have the pie?
Oh, yeah, and then Blanche, Mrs. Blanche.
Well, hello. You are an interesting fellow.
He cranes his neck, like looking up at you.
It's tough, isn't it?
Hello?
I hear you looking for a good pie. Granny's pie.
Yes, not just any pie, but
Well,
this,
let me explain something to you. We never found Granny, but we did find the recipe. And you just got real lucky because I am a superb pie maker.
It's true. She made her own pie.
Yeah,
I'll
she-
tell
she
you.
made a
I'll tell you.
good
No,
berry one.
see.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
here, and I take it out and I give it to Nosy and I say, here is my finest work. Let me see what you think.
That's the apple pie you requested.
Yes.
Using
And
the
then-
recipe.
And then I pull out
Using that
the
recipe.
recipe
Yes.
and I say,
oh, yes, you
Show
have the
her.
recipe.
And then pull out your own pie that you made and
Oh.
give Nosi the other pie.
and this is part of my good berry pie. He just happened to have some good berries and they were just really wanting to know how well I could bake.
This
So-
was before we found the recipe of the
So
other
here's a
pie.
little extra for you, honey.
So just to be clear, this is the magically delicious Grammy's pie, and
Granny's
this
pie.
is your homemade.
And then this is homemade
Good
pie,
berry pie.
which is better. I want you to tell me which would be cooler. Which would be cool if you told me which one was better.
He pulls down some of these goggles from over his head, and then pulls down like another lens and another lens. Each one like magnifies his eye greater and greater. He inspects both pies very closely and critically, And then pulls out a little like multi-tool from a leather pouch on his belt that has he like goes through a couple of things, like pulls out a knife, then like some tweezers, and like shuts it back, and then pulls out a spoon attachment and gives each one a little taste. And we'll roll to see which one he likes better. He tries the Grammy's magically delicious pie, and yuck.
Yeah.
And then he tries a bite, dips into the other one, and yeah, not much better. How about guy? And you see from behind, from the back of the shop, this very like short, homunculus creature that seems to have spores and mold and various funguses growing off of it. It's quite disgusting. It flies over, and he gives him Grammy's pie. Take this for testing and dispose of that one other one, please. Thank you all for retrieving this for me. Hoping it can be quite useful by experiments. I suppose you will be wanting your reward then?
Well, we didn't do
Please.
this for nothing.
Yeah.
Please.
Of course. I promised an item of great power, one to rival that of the gods, even. Are you prepared to be the wielders of such power?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we did this.
You understand
Can I still protect my home if I do?
the applications for this are limitless.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's
Think
sounds
about
good.
everything I can bake with that kind of power.
You are prepared for the responsibility of the mantle I'm about to bestow upon you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then. And he goes back in his workshop and opens up a couple of drawers and pulls out what looks to be this kind of vase-shaped object. He holds it very reverently and delicately. And he comes up to you and holds it out. Behold, the power of the gods. And he tips it over, and water starts to stream from this decanter. And he just continues staring at it as it continues to stream out, and then looks out
Endless
at
water.
the three of you expectantly.
Oh, Rory's eyes are huge.
Endless water.
I see you understand what this means. And as he sets it back up and stops it.
Guys,
And we can have that?
guys. Endless water. I never have to worry about drought at home again.
Okay. We can take that. That's cool. I wasn't expecting endless water, but I like it. I like it. It makes sense. You know, it is very grateful. It is very
Very grateful.
not grateful. Grateful as in
like hopeful. It's
yes.
hopeful. Thank you, sir.
I am grateful.
I'm sorry, Nosy. They don't see this. They don't see.
No, clearly they don't understand the limitless applications. Why, if the great artificer Goob Rilfberg had access to something like this, the machines that he could have created. Well, anyway, I'm glad at least one of you understands the weight of what I have just given you. And he hands it to you, Rory.
Good. Good. We will take great care of this.
I mean, I do need water in my recipe sometimes.
that's true.
Well, always.
I'd
We'll
like
always
to-
have water.
I like to drink it,
I
and
understand.
I can make ice with it.
Yeah,
Right.
ice.
Yeah.
You can make ice.
It's.
Well,
Yeah,
if
good
there is
shit.
nothing else I can do for you, I do have some experiments to get back
Do you have
to.
anything for sale?
Do you want to buy one of my inventions?
Of course.
What do you have? What do you have?
Well, let's see. I have I have this this sphere where if you simply tap right here, see it demonstrates, and then it lights up with a soft glow. It's going to produce light for you at will. He taps it again to turn it off.
It's a light. Anything else?
What? It's just a light. Are you? It has no fuel source, no energy source. Are you kidding me? This is an amazing.
Unlimited light source.
Yeah. Got it.
He's
Do you have
really-
anything else?
He's really into
Do you know
this whole
how
unlimited
long it
thing.
took me to figure out illumination without fuel?
Light bright. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Do you have anything else? I mean, so far you've given me water and light.
Water. I've just given you just water.
I think we need to quit while we're ahead.
But do you have anything else for sale?
Yeah, I'm much too busy to be dealing with this.
I
you all
do
don't
apologize on
mind.
my dragon friend.
If you need any other jobs done, sir, just give us a holler and skip the horse's head. Come straight to the source.
Yes, yeah, I appreciate the offer. Oh, of course. Speaking of that, I suppose you wish for the head itself.
Oh, that's what
Oh,
we came
yeah.
for.
Sorry, I saw the water.
And he reaches into another one of his pockets, kind of like pats various pockets all around it.
There we are.
And pulls out just a small coin that he flicks towards you all.
This is the horse's head. I'll catch it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a silvery coin that has a horse's head, like carved, like etched into it or stamped.
Well,
Alright.
the
Into
Apple
it.
Gang, it looks like we're official.
Here we go, Apple Gang. Let's go back. Let's go back.
I
Thank
really
you.
think we need to rethink about that name. That sounds silly.
And while
saying
we're,
this
while
as
we're,
we
we're
walk
walking
out.
out, we're like, I'll say
Bye.
thanks, Nosy, for the water.
He's completely put you out of mind as he's already back at his workstation, grinding various bottles and
you.
tools.
All right.
But yeah, you all have a few hours journey to get back to the horse's head. That's where we would like to go when you approach the tavern. If successful, what would you like to do?
We'll go deliver it, right?
I was about to say, you guys have been here before. That was my first time going. So, had you seen previously how these had been turned in?
Yeah, we go back to that horse's head place and then knock on that guy's door.
So you all go inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
follow suit.
As you go in the front door, like the conversations that you could hear, like murmured from outside, kind of die down. Everybody like looks at you, and like the whole crowd, everybody is there, just kind of looks at you expectantly. Seems like everybody at this time has probably heard what's going on with you all.
I want to knock on that door that the guy comes out at.
Mhm. Yeah, you go walk over there. Everybody's just like silently, like slowly turning their heads and watching you. You go and knock, and the door opens, and this tabaxi that you were familiar with and spoke with before.
And I'll flip the coin to him. Like Nosy flipped it to me.
And he catches it out of the air and looks at it, looks back at you, gives you a sly smile, and looks back over the
Rory
crowd
goes,
gathered,
no job too small, sir.
the horse's head, and he holds it up to those who are all there and says, "The Apple crew carries the horse's head." And everybody present raises their drinks and says in unison, "The Apple crew."
That's the Apple Gang.
So they
but-
toast you all.
It was the Apple Gang.
We're
We're the
Yeah,
Apple
Apple
Crew
Gang.
now.
The Apple Gang.
Whatever what it is.
And that is where we will end it all as our
All right.
as our
Woo!
Yeah, that was
Gang now.
fun.
The Apple
Way
Gang
to
Way to
crew.
go. Way to go, Ethan. That was
I
awesome,
liked it.
man.
That was fun.
Yeah. I will admit that was the first time I've done a one shot and just got one swing in combat.
That was crazy.
That was
yeah,
cool,
we didn't
though.
have any
Yeah.
combat, but we did have
We
opportunities.
had opportunities,
Yeah,
yes.
you just
Yeah.
de-escalated.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I
Hey,
didn't attack
Sometimes
that
you
guy in the
de-escalate.
door.
I liked it. It was different. It was definitely a different vibe.
We could have fought
Yeah.
that guy in the door. I just didn't want
Yeah,
to.
I was like, but why? Why would we do that?
I was scared, honestly.
But Ethan, if you would like to let them know where they could find that one shot again.
Oh yes, that was a one shot. The whole foundation of all this was a one shot called Grammy's Apple Pie. It was a Wizards of the Coast copyright. So thank you to them for providing all those things. And maybe we'll do some more in the future.
Yeah.
Definitely,
That was
definitely.
so fun.
We will be back shortly with season 2 of Couples and Crits.
Whoop, whoop.
And can't wait to hear from you guys until next time.
Yeah, until then, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Yes, definitely. See ya.
That was great.
Woo! Couples of Grit!